It's no secret that I love me some Uncle G, some Grant Cardone. I'm a big fan, and his work, his content, his books in particular, which is what this video is about, have had a tremendous impact on me as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a salesperson, and on my career as a whole. In this video, I'm going to talk about his books, which ones I like the most personally, which ones I recommend, and what you can expect on each one of them. This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketed leads and virtual staffing. On the lead side, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads, they just got something for everybody. They can also actually have you plug in with one of their virtual staff members on the staffing side to where you can pay by the hour for one of their trained and very well vetted staff members to help you out in your business in a virtual assistant format. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. Link to the site can be found down in the description, so go ahead and check them out. Okay, guys, let's dive right into these Grant Cardone books, and I have plenty of them. I think the only one I don't have is Sell to Survive, which I want to say is the first book that Grant Cardone ever put out, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I do have, that I have read. Most of these I've read at least once. Some of them I've read a couple times, and I've listened to the audiobook on all of them several times. I'm going to talk about it's hard to say. It's like picking between your kids. For me anyway, because, you know, as a young salesperson and a growing and evolving business person, there was nobody I studied more deeply than Grant Cardone and his work, and had a big impact on me. Maybe you can tell. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about them just one by one. I'm not going to say that any of them are particularly exactly my exact favorite, but I think they all have a specific meaning to me. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that probably gets forgotten about, and that's the Millionaire Booklet, How to Get Super Rich by Grant Cardone. Little short read here. It's probably 40, maybe 50 pages. It is specifically about Grant Cardone's investing style, which I was super interested and fascinated to kind of learn about, and also about, you know, just how he got the money to invest and kind of his style in growing his business. He talks a lot about the details of that, about his actual moves were far more than any other book that I ever saw that he wrote. So I was really, really excited to actually read that and see that, and the audiobook is terrific. One thing I love about Grant Cardone audiobooks is he actually reads them himself on every single one of them. So they're just really, really good. He's animated, he's interesting. Love this little book. It is by far one of my favorite reads of all time. It's really, really short. Audiobook's great. Highly, highly recommend. The next book I'm going to talk about is, I think, his second book that he put out, and that is Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Now, this book is specifically based on the premise and the principle that you should embrace being a salesperson. So many people that work in sales or have a sales position of some kind, they hate selling. They hate the word selling, right? And they just absolutely hate sales. And it's just been ingratiated in our culture for so long that being a salesperson is a bad thing. Well, this book goes on the premise that either you are a salesperson and you embrace being a salesperson and you are selling and you're not ashamed to be a salesperson, or you're going to get sold to, right? That's basically what the basic principle is about. And it's really, really good. It's about kind of just getting your mind right and embracing, okay, this is what I do. I'm going to own it. I'm going to be great at it. That's more or less kind of what I've always gotten out of the book. This was really, really early Grant Cardone, and I absolutely love this book, and it's just such a great, fantastic book, especially if you're just getting started in sales, in my opinion. Even if you've been in sales a long time, I think there's so many great lessons that you can learn from it. It goes into a little bit about sales strategies, but it's not really about that. It's more about embracing being a salesperson and getting your mind right and focused on what you need to be focused on as a salesperson, and just little things like that. So I really, really like it. Love this book too. This book is called If You're Not First, You're Last. This was a book that Grant actually wrote, from my understanding, just kind of listening to interviews and things like that. He wrote this in response to the 2008-2009 recession. So and the front of the book, it says to dominate your market and beat your competition. So what it was talking about was when all these businesses were struggling, right, during a recession, it talks about how to do what you need to do to make sure your business thrives, right? Like you need to get in front of a potential customer. You go out and see them. You hustle, you grind. You want to be the first one to the deal. You want to be the first one in front of your customer. You want to make sure that you get their attention. Dominate. Don't compete. Dominate. And this book has so many great potential lessons. It's hard to say that this is my favorite book. It's definitely up there. Depends on my mood, I guess. But I love this book. If you're not first, you're last. How to dominate your market and beat your competition. That's really what it's about. It's about really, it was written about how to have your business grow and thrive in the toughest predicaments, like in a recession when it's hard to do business for a lot of businesses, right? Wonderful book. Definitely recommend. The next book I'm going to talk about is the world famous 10X rule. Okay, so the 10X rule is so great. It's a book that is an all-time great book for anybody in sales, anybody that's a business person. It is absolutely fantastic. It's called the 10X rule, the only difference between success and failure. And really what it's about is it's about raising the bar for yourself, right? Whatever you feel like your business is capable of. Maybe you feel like your business is capable of making $100,000 a year. Raise your bar. 10X that. Right? 10X that and put a 0 on the end of it and be like, okay, I want to make $1 million a year. Now that might sound kind of scary, but then you just need to start thinking to yourself, okay, what do I need to do to actually get there? You shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon. That's the old saying, right? It's an incredible book. It's more of a mindset book than anything else, a goal-setting book, but you absolutely have to get your goals, your thinking right if you're going to be successful. The 10X rule is one of the greatest books ever written. An all-time classic. Highly, highly recommend the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And then the last book that I've read of Grant Cardone's is Be Obsessed or Be Average. Okay, so Be Obsessed or Be Average is all about accepting the concept that you need to be obsessed with success, with your own goals, with your own destination. And society likes to label people that are obsessed. They like to label them with disorders. They want to prescribe drugs, and they want to prescribe things to calm people down, right? They want to prescribe Ritalin, whatever the case may be. They want to label people as OCD or ADHD or anything like that. Whereas you should just say, screw all that, forget all of that, and I'm going to be obsessed with my success, with my goals, with my dreams, and either you be obsessed or you be average, one of the two. If society wants to label you as obsessed, right, or workaholic or any of these kind of terms, it's just because society is, in general, most people are average. There's very, very few exceptional people. And if you want to be exceptional, you have to be obsessed. This is such a great book. It's probably, this has got to be my favorite Grant Cardone book, right? Like, it's got to be my favorite Grant Cardone book. He talks a lot about his early journey, challenges that he ran into, talks about dealing with family members that don't understand your purpose, your journey. If you're really driven, motivated, you have a big, big purpose. One of the best books of all time. And of course, in true Grant Cardone style, he's sitting on the jet, right, on the cover, really just kind of like flaunting it, and I can't love it enough. Guys, I love Grant Cardone books. Have you read any Grant Cardone books? If so, what are your favorite ones? Drop them in the comment section. I would love to hear about it. If you are interested in purchasing any of these books, I am going to be able to drop some links down in the comment section of all of these books that we've talked about here today. If you want to pick up any of these books, head over to Amazon and the links that I'm dropping down in the comments. Pick them up. I highly recommend every single one of them. If you need some new reading material, here's some recommendations. I love books. If you'd like to see more videos like this where I discuss books, do book reviews, the only way I'll know about it is if you like this video, right? So smash the like button if you enjoy this kind of content. And if you do, and I get enough likes, we'll do more videos like this about other authors and other types of books, okay? Hit the notification bell after you subscribe. Join the notification squad. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy these books also. And here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks a lot, guys.